Hey everybody, my name is Angie Morenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's the Ustawi segment where we discuss all things purpose, leadership, justice, and it's just a beautiful space. And I'm really loving the Ustawi segment. Today I have a guest who's very special to me. I would say she's my daughter, but I want her to introduce herself and then I'll tell you why she's here.
Great. Thanks, Mom. So good afternoon. Oh, hi everyone.
Yes.
I'm Tracy Braganza. I'm Mom's daughter and Althea's sister.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Before I go into stories,
Yes.
I wanted to know who you are. Who, if you would introduce Tracy, who is Tracy? But maybe let me go into the context of why I called you here. Then you can start with who you are. You are Althea's best maid. You are absolutely exceptional at what you did.
Thank you.
And I thought it was just me because I was watching you, but there were other mothers watching you. And everyone commented like there's something really special about Tracy because you're a leader, you're responsible, you were there and you were present. And even your best maid speech was absolutely profound. Like you got the assignment, like you nailed it. And then I just got thinking about who you are and why so many things have happened to you that could have made this story turn out differently.
Yeah.
So I thought I wanted to bring you here because I wanted you to share your story and who you are and encourage, it's the end of the year, encourage other young women to pull themselves up by the bootstraps and to do, or for them to continue doing what they do by sharing your story. So who is Tracy?
Wow. Okay. So Tracy's a daughter, a sister, a nephew, a friend. She's a creative.
Yes.
She's a love of marketing.
Yeah, you're a marketer.
She's a love of cooking as well. I love my own time. I'm a Leo. I'm figuring out myself now. So Tracy is just fun. She just loves life, basically. She loves to live and love. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, why are you so responsible? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Or there's just no other way to be? Why you are such a responsible human being?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when Althea chose you as her best man, But when we watched you now, because you know when people say they're getting married, Kumbe, for me, it was like, hey, you mean there's so much work now? It was, we all celebrated, we took her you were there when she was getting her proposal.
Yes.
But the work began. It was such a year full of work.
It was.
It was, every event was work.
Yeah.
But you did, so why do you think you're such a responsible person?
Firstly, I think circumstances, I think that's what shapes someone. So let's say how you grew up, your specific circumstances. For example, myself being, having lost my mom at a young age, I had my sister who shaped that way as I am.
Because she was older than you?
Yeah, and she's responsible. She's very also steps. I mean, it has to be done like this. So I had that from a young age. So everything I do, I feel like I put it there. And also not only responsibility, but passion. So you see the things that someone does, like for example, friendship. I mean, I love Althea at my heart, and I'm passionate about what I do for my friends, intentional as well. So I think also that was very easy. It's second nature to me when it comes to things that I love, people that I love. But if, for example, if I put in a context of career, sometimes not everyone loves your career, but you need to put in the work dependent on your circumstances. Let's say if you're feeding people at home, if you need to do what you need to do in order to get bills paid. So it's that thing of just taking the step forward because it's sacrifice.
That is, give me 5.
There it is.
There it is.
Done.
You see now, done.
End video.
It's
done.
Sacrifice. But that is so awesome, Tracy.
It's sacrifice.
Because it is.
Yes.
Because as you talk about, say, yes, it's intention.
Yes.
It's passion. It's drive, but it's sacrifice.
It's sacrifice.
Because I was talking to someone who was telling me they don't have drive, and I was really trying to answer, how do you get drive? How do you wake up every day? I know one of the things is purpose. This segment is about purpose. Purpose is what makes you leap out of bed every morning. So you are, when I look at you, you are, and you're very sacrificial. Sometimes too much. Like me and Althea always in Gilead, and you're like, Tracy, you cannot do this anymore. But it comes naturally to you.
Yeah.
But I think also it's taking taking negative circumstances
Yes.
and turning them positively.
Yes.
Because you
Yes.
lost your mom when you were very young.
Yeah.
Your
very
sister
true.
was there, your dad
Yes.
was there. Your
Yes.
dad is such a lovely,
Yes.
amazing man.
Yeah.
Your dad was there, your mom was there.
Yeah.
But I mean, your sister was there.
there.
She sort of stepped into that role, and then now you decided,
Yes.
instead of the problems that come to us in life, turning them into a
Yeah.
negative situation, making it positive. I
Yes.
think that's also why I had you here.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have negative circumstances come against them, then they create a lot of negativity, or they don't want to try anymore,
Yeah, very
or
true.
they just want to stop.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
have lived your life, and it's a full life, and that's important.
That's true.
Because even when I find people, you better jump in somewhere, but when I find people even who have gone through grief,
Yeah.
I always tell them, and even for me, when I lost my dad,
Yeah.
there's a point that I had to come to and say, Dad would have wanted me to live a good life.
Exactly.
And we know that your mom wanted that for you.
That's
yes.
true. And even when you say it like that, you know, at a young age you don't understand growth mindset.
Okay.
You know fixed. But at a young age, I just knew. You just know, you're just like, I want the finer, nicer things in life. I want things to be easy. I don't want this, I want this. So to some extent you're shaping your mind, you know, you keep telling yourself, okay, this is what I want, this is where I want to be. So it just comes naturally. It's even, I think, just God-given sometimes, that you have that, you're sacrificing everything, but you have that humility to know, I'm going to do the best for my family, but I know I need to put in the work, and also I need to grow bigger, you know, to where I want to be. So I think it's just a thing of sacrificing, being humble at the same time, and knowing what you deserve. And
being intentional and growing. Because
yes.
let me tell you something else, Tracy.
Yeah.
It's, you see, sometimes when you're younger and we are older, there's a frustration because we're trying to tell you every decision you make, I don't want to cry, every decision you make is going to affect you tomorrow.
That's true.
But that's something that by the grace of God, I don't know how, but you seem to have learned it.
I don't know.
That every decision I make now is going to impact my future.
That's true.
And when we're young, we're not thinking, we're not intentional, we're not growing, we are not thinking, this decision I make today, how is it going to affect my life in the future? There are consequences to this decision.
Yes. And for me, oh wow, it's so, because you know, on the weekend I was talking to a friend about it in terms of your circle.
Don't make me stand. You make me stand up on this chair.
We just end the video.
We cannot. Now that's the end of the second video. Who you hang out with?
Yes,
Tracy.
Do you know
who your friends are?
It's, you know, my dad
who has said, show me your friends, I'll show you who you are.
That's true, because my
I'll
dad,
show who you are. No
that's
doubt.
it. Because when I remember when I was young, there were some people I used to hang out with, and my dad used to always tell me that phrase. And it's like, this man, these are my friends, you know, they're cool and I love them. And later on in life, I'm just like, the friends, like now the friends that I have at this age, 29, I look at the people I surround myself with, and I'm just like, because someone will point something out in you, like Althea will randomly tell me something, you lead with excellence. I'm like,
you do. When I told you you were coming, that's the thing, but you do.
Yes.
Tracy,
and
you do everything you do with excellence.
You know.
And that's why I was like, I have to have you here. Because you've got to speak to these people.
It's true.
And young people, you have to lead. You have to do everything that you do with excellence. That's what Tracy does. I'm not here to puff her up. She does everything with excellence.
It's true. It's because of my circle as well. Like I think at a young age, yes, you want to maintain friends, but you slowly, it's with grace. Even just have grace. There's no bad blood when you're doing it. Like, you know, the friends that you know who won't take you far. It's just a matter of cutting them out, because you need to be self-aware. You need to know what you deserve and what you want. And that comes with the people you hang around with. So with that, I know the friends, all my friends are wise. They'll say things and I'm just like, I'm so grateful to God for these people in my life. So it's also circle, because for sure there's some things that I didn't know I had in me. Even in terms of leadership, I was thinking about, okay, when you told me about the topic, I was thinking about, okay, what's the earliest memory I have of leadership? And I went back to Msongari being head girl, because I was like, okay.
You were head girl?
I was head girl. And I was Loreto Spirit in Valley Road. Loreto Spirit. You know, if the people are watching, I can come back for talk. Motivational talk.
You were the head
girl. And it was so weird, because I remember I didn't fill in the application form. It's the deputy, you know, God rest her soul, she passed away. She came and she told me, Tracy, and I was going to the washroom, I was walking towards the washroom, and she said, Tracy, so have you sent your application there? I told her, I don't think, I don't think it's for me. And that's what God does. He sends people So she told me, no, you have to send your application. So I told her, but miss, the speeches are in 5 minutes. She said, yeah, I'm giving you.
The speeches are in 5 minutes.
To go. Everyone needs to now go give their speech of why they need to be voted in. So I remember saying, what? She's like, go to my office, get a paper, fill it properly, and you're going to give a speech. I said, so I went and did it. Wow. And on that stage, I don't know what happened. Before you know it, I was head girl. I was like, so that for me, that was the earliest memory. That's when I was like, okay, because even Loreto Spirit, that was also when I got Loreto Spirit, I was like, okay, that was a round form for before going to Aga Khan. So I was also shocked when I got that, because the qualities they were listing, you doubt yourself. You're like, oh my God,
this is it.
And that's listing the qualities. Oh, she's this. You're like, wow. And you're looking at the crowd like, I wonder who they're gonna choose.
And it's you.
Then I Tracy Braganza. I
you.
said, huh?
Oh,
So such things. It's also just goes to show. Sometimes God will send messages through people, not always through scripture, because maybe, like, for example, I don't read the Bible that much. So it's through my circle, and I think that's why I'm so blessed, because he'll send it through friends. Friends will come and tell me, you don't deserve to be in this situation, or I feel like you can do better. And I'm just like, okay. You feel it in your gut, and it's always that gut, and someone comes and affirms it.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, that's God now.
And I love that even everything that I sent your way, you did.
Yeah.
We shall not talk about your friends, but they're doing now. They are doing some of them. I'm like, because, for me, I can see the greatness, I can see the potential, I can see the things that you guys need to do in order to become this all-rounded, most amazing leaders, like filling in the gaps. But you're always the first one. You're always the first one to take, I send this book, you'll read it. I said, Tracy, do this course, you'll do it. I said, Tracy, you always have never not acted on equipping that potential that we can see in you. So that's a word out there for someone. You maybe she's really great. You can tell leadership is in her. I didn't even know the high school story, the head girl story, but you can see other people can see it in you, and that's what leadership is about. People can see it, they can identify your potential, and then you come in. Another one that you did very well for me is you had a job that wasn't exactly easy, and me, I was like, Tracy, quit tomorrow. You're not just mothers. Now that's why I'm wearing the mother hat. I'm like, yeah, you can tell the child to quit. I'm like, Tracy, this is too much, because I can feel your pain. Sometimes you'll not call, then I call, I say, Tracy, are you okay? Then the drama, then we have to pray. But you know what really impressed me about that? You stuck with it.
You stuck. And it goes back to growth mindset. Because fortunately at that job, they gave an option where people can do, like, they offered counseling therapy. So I remember, yes.
They give the job and they offer you therapy for the
imagine.
That they're taking you through. I'll just keep quiet. Let me keep quiet.
So you can deal with the pressures of the job. Exactly. So it was during that time I learned about this fixed mindset and growth mindset. And I remember going back afterwards with the growth mindset, because I said, what if I'm meant to be in this situation?
Wow, Tracy, guy, give me a high five. You're going to make me crazy.
We need to stop.
What if you're meant to be in this situation, this difficult situation?
What I'm meant to be, because I kept saying, because you look,
end the video, let's end it. Honestly, I'm ready now. But Tracy, what?
Yeah, because when I did the coaching with you, I'd be like, I want to save this, I want to accomplish this. So I said, okay, I know for sure success can't be easy. No one wakes up and they're like, you know what, I'm successful. So I said, what if I need to be here? You know what?
End the video. We end the video. Do we have anything else that we can tell the people? What?
Yeah. So, and that's where the growth mindset, because now you equip yourself with things to handle that situation. So you're like, okay, this is a difficult situation, but you look at your journey, where you want to go, and you cannot. I mean, you cannot. It's not a straight road. They're usually bumps, they're potholes. You'll even find a mountain,
There's stress.
There's pressure. There's so much pressure. And that time I was like, okay, so what can I do to deal with this pressure to help me go where I want to go? So that's now the aspect of growth that I feel some people lack, and that's why we give up easily, in situations, many situations.
We want the situation to be easy.
Exactly, because no one wants hard.
Yeah, but I'm very sure that process has made you a better person.
Oh, it has.
A better leader, more excellent, able to take the pressure. At least you did counseling therapy, hallelujah, for how to handle more pressure. You have embraced a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset.
Wow, Tracy. And that growth, I think it's the most, looking at situations from a different lens. it's amazing because you don't sit and you're like, I mean, the devil is working. No. Maybe even that was God telling you, here, take, handle. Let's see how you can let's see how you handle this. And then you handle it. It's like, yeah. Good. Now another one here.
Let's go. Step.
Before you know it, it's getting easier. You're like, what is that? It's because now he's shaped you now. He shaped you, and that's it.
I'm so amazed. And like I had heard you once to having a call with that, and I was like, please, the new job cannot. So I was now starting, and now calling down fire.
Yeah.
Listen, we have to stop. I just found myself stopping myself. Like the child went through, because there are days I wear the pastor hat, then there are days now I'm the mom now. Mom is like, you come after my kids, I come after you. Let me tell you, you will not disturb us. You will. The key word is you will not disturb us. But then I don't know what I felt like. Okay, just draw back. Let's see how she goes through this. Because you've already been through something else. So I think that's amazing. So even me, I had to step back. Like let the cubs now face their battles. It's true. And I didn't know all this that you're saying, but I feel that was important for me just to let you do you, and continue to pray for you, support you when you ask for advice, but let you do you. And from what I'm hearing, I'm grateful that I did that.
You took, because it shapes so much. Because even when you talk about the best maid, and I was talking to Althea, because it's so self. It just comes because firstly because you're someone's friend, but as I sat down, I remember when Althea told me maid of honor, they said, what? I'm going to sign a marriage certificate. I said, oh God, first I need to prepare the signature because I don't like it.
Tracy.
After preparing the signature, I said, what is this role about?
Yes.
So I sat down and I thought about it, and I was even explaining to Althea. I said, this role is so much deeper than it is, Deeper. And I think that's why doing such a role, every role actually, whatever role you're given or assigned, doing it to the excellence. Because I sat down and thought, okay, I can take that. It's a marriage certificate. It's not an Althea certificate.
It's a government.
I'm married. Exactly. So it's like, even me, I need to be excellent in this marriage. I need to act as excellent as I can, because in the event, in the event something happens. I even told Althea, I'm not taking your side. I need to, it's a marriage, not
I'm
Althea.
Signing to this covenant.
Yes, I've signed into this covenant. So I'm there to witness. I had my vows. You guys did your vows. I did mine at the back there. I was like, yes,
best ever.
So it's just that, looking at things one different lens, bigger picture, looking at the bigger picture. Never take any situation as permanent. Nothing is permanent. So just look at it with just a different lens and a bigger picture, whereby you're like, okay, you're in this stuff. I can imagine, let's say you're suffering, you've lost your job, you're feeding a family, there's, you have bills to pay, and there's nothing. Okay, sit down, internalize it. Don't act on emotion. Most people will act on emotion, anger, whatever. Internalize it. See, okay, what else can I do? What else does this situation call for? What do I enjoy doing that maybe God is telling me, you need a break? This is what you need to be focused. And
to be doing now.
And God doesn't give you a message like this. Like He hits you with the message. Even like, what was the force for? Why was it forceful?
Because I'm always asking, hey, surely you have to come like that.
Why
is it? Just come slowly.
I'm not
arguing, please.
I know.
Just relax.
So sometimes He'll be like, you don't want to embrace that business? I'll show you. You're losing your job. This is happening. Your child needs school fees paid. You're going to embrace that talent and start that business. So it's so forceful sometimes that you just have that. You need to have that perspective of you. There's no one who deserves bad in this world. God doesn't want anyone to be in a tough situation. He wants better. So out of that situation, what can you come out of it as? Can you come out great? Can you come out worse? That people who will go into drugs, alcoholism, The others who, okay, they'll take a step back and be like, pray about it, internalize it, and be like, okay, let me look at different avenues.
And even that alcohol, because some of us chose that alcohol life, there's a place you just come to the end of yourself. You're like, okay, it's a wrap, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Yes.
I remember the first day, it's a bit surprising, but I drank for 16 hours, I counted. There were 16 hours. So at the end of 16 hours, I said, it's a wrap.
It's done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
this cannot be.
It cannot be.
It cannot continue.
Yes.
So even you can choose that road. I think that's the powerful.
Yeah.
That you can choose that road. You can go down that road or whatever other road. And I think this is what this video is about.
Yeah.
That you can. It's about the choices that we make, being intentional, making choices that are intentional. I love the way you said, look at the situation, internalize, see what is happening.
Yes.
But sometimes even as Christians, the first thing we start is rebuking everything, and it is God. You know, it's like you can't rebuke me.
Yeah.
Like, can you please relax and focus now? Let's see. Yes. Take a step back from the situation.
Yeah.
Look at it and look at how you're going to engage and how you're going to move it forward. Because I feel that's what you have been able to do.
Yes.
And even your sister has helped you to be able to do. Because also I was thinking, like, you have so many responsibilities, you and her, that you do, that sometimes that can delay your dreams. But now as millennials, sometimes some millennials now want to say, no, this is my life.
And I'm going to live it.
And I'm going to live it. But I'm not seeing you do that. I'm seeing you say, okay, I have these responsibilities.
Yes.
Me and you and your sister.
Yes.
And so this is how we're going to do. We're going to share them out. We're going to see them through. And it's not forever. You just need to do what you need to do.
Exactly.
And the things that God is bringing your way, they will come.
It's
but
true.
you don't have to stop doing one thing for another. Because I always think, like, your dad raised you.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Any parent has already raised us.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, it's not like when we become better, we are earning better salaries, bigger salaries, having better. That's not the way to drop them.
It's not. And even sometimes looking at a tough situation, looking at even how I'm so happy because I have that humility. Because I know it can go as fast as it came. Even God can be like, now you're misbehaving. You know, take it back. So sometimes you always have to have that humility for. It's almost like giving back, because you need, exactly what you're saying, you need to do it at the end of the day. You sit in that house, you're like, okay, who's going to do it? Who's going to pay the bills? Who's going to take care of this? We can't wait for someone. You know, you just need to take that role of, it needs to be done. And it's the same. Someone has to do it, because it's not in the sense that if you don't do it, when you continue their life, you'll need to do things you don't want to do. No one wants to pay rent. No one wants to put fuel in their car.
Yes. Everyone says, oh, I want to grow up and leave you. Hey, watch. People will come with shopping bags over. I'm like, why have you arrived with bags? What's going on? My store is the supermarket. It's very sad. I'm like, really, we cannot be doing like adulting.
Adulting is hard. I remember when I went to buy Blue Band, I said, do we need Blue Band on bread? Why can't you just eat?
And you always eat in the Blue Band.
Who needs meat, really? Who needs meat? Who? Is it a must? See, we were eating before Adam and Eve. We're pulling things from the tree. So I was just like, you need to do it.
No, it's called adulting.
It's called adulting.
When you start buying things you own, you're like, hey.
And then, Mom, the funny thing is that adulting opens your mindset to different perspectives. It's not even, I wouldn't say it's suffering. It's just that mentality of taking care of things. Because later on in life, you'll have to take care, let's say, of kids. You'll have to take care of yourself. I mean, when you retire, you'll want to have enough to build a good home. So such situations, as much as they're difficult, I always say there's a reason to everything. There's something higher, there's something bigger. Like, you can't be suffering and there's nothing more. There's always something that's going to come out of it. Either you've gotten the skill of how to budget at a young age, you've gotten the skill of how to save. You've gotten the skill of how to take care of people. It's something small that you learn in those situations. And just again, as you've said it, like, it can be difficult. Yeah, sometimes you look at your money. I mean, you're young, you want to go enjoy life, and you're like, oh, now I have to black tax, But at the end of the day, it needs to be done, because either way, it could be your purpose in that specific scenario. You could be called to take care of this person because they can't. So that's how I usually look at it, that at the end of the day, it needs to be done. It just needs to be done.
It black tax. It's because they think black people want to do it.
And white people don't.
No, white people don't.
Apparently.
Maybe it's our culture. I don't want to go, but why? But I looked after you. You have an obligation.
You have an obligation to look after me.
I love to look after myself, and I'll do everything to ensure that I do. But even if, like, you have people, maybe they made bad choices or life happened, you just, it's I don't know why they call it tax, but I don't want to get into it. But this just has to be done. People have to be taken care of.
And
we're coming from an African context that people have to be taken care of.
It's true.
So I love the fact that I want you to give your closing remarks, but I love the way that you were a very good best maid. And the fact that you took that responsibility seriously. Because that's what you find. A lot of the people, we're just looking at you, we're just watching you guys, and like, that one, no. That one, no. That one, we're not saying anything.
Yes.
That's what all the people, they just what you guys say. X, that one, But you just smile and love everyone. But I'm like, if I have something I need to be done, I'm not calling you. I can assure you.
Yes.
But the thing is that you did it so well. So I think now, like you said, you took it seriously. It was not just like a role for fun. Because I find also a lot of people, when I'm like now doing marriage counseling and I ask like, who was your best couple?
Yes.
It's always a skit. It's a real skit, a real theatrical. I'm like, okay, what do you mean you don't know where they are? Where are they? Okay, they don't know where they are. So it wasn't well thought through. Like you didn't choose your best couple, thinking if problems arise, who are these people and are they serious? So they don't have they don't have any relationship with it anymore. Which makes me understand that was the wrong person. Or there was no intentionality in growing the relationship beyond the day. So you have to be careful about who you choose.
That's true.
And I really believe, and then I saw it in action, that Althea chose right. She chose the right person. You were absolutely amazing. You were so responsible. I remember the story with the porridge. I told you, Tracy, if that porridge touches the ground.
What is it called again?
The culture, the calabash. So at the Gurario, you cut that calabash with the porridge cannot touch the ground. So I know I told you, Tracy.
I remember when I was done and I looked at you.
You looked at me, you asked me for
I wanted a certificate. I felt like I was like, I don't know if I'm getting a trophy. Because it's like,
but you took it seriously. You knew where everything was. You were there for Althea, which is what it's nice. Because also, it's like you have to take your eyes off yourself. It's not about you. It's actually about the bride. This is her day. This is all about you. So you were there. I'll tell you something else, which, just being ready on time. I found that very strange. I had to walk outside and count from 1 to 100 because, just be ready on time. Because that's a promise you should have, Even over me, just be ready, be where you're supposed to be. This is not about you, it's not about your day. This is somebody's day.
Exactly.
Find out how you're gonna make it work, but just make it work. Be there. Find that that's important as well.
That's true.
It was really lovely, and you guys were a lot of fun.
Thank you, Mom.
An amazing bridal team, and you were really, really great. You really were. And thank you for being this amazing woman. You really are, Tracy.
Thank you, Mom.
You're such an amazing woman. When I think about all the odds that have been against you, you didn't have to be this amazingly beautiful, splendid woman. And there's beauty that comes on the outside. But there's beauty from the inside.
That's true.
Which also now is portrayed here on the outside, which is just, for me, a win-win situation.
Thank you so much,
thank you for being you. But any closing remarks? Look into that camera, talk to them.
Well, I think the only closing remark I'd say is maybe just a statement that there's no growth in comfort for me. So in terms of anyone who's exploring leadership or your purpose, every situation that's uncomfortable and there's discomfort, if you're religious, look biblically, everyone in the Bible who was uncomfortable or in discomfort grew. That's how sometimes God pushes you. So anyone who's discovering leadership or, your purpose, I think take that first step to embrace that discomfort. After taking it, internalize it. If that was your calling, listen to your group of people. Whoever points out specific traits that you may have, take note of those. Take classes if you need to take classes. And then after that, find your growth with a growing mindset, not having a fixed one, with a growing mindset. With every success comes hurdles, and that's something people can look into for 2023. Yes. And thank you for having me here, Mom.
Aren't you just amazing? I'm just smiling. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm going to take notes myself. I'm going to watch that later.
The way I prayed.
I know why you guys can. Just come
I was just like, God, let me speak. You just use me. I'm the vessel.
But you already chosen. You're already doing it.
Thank you.
I told you when I told her I'll bring you here, she said, leadership with excellence. That's what Tracy does. That's how she put you in a nutshell.
I said, what? I even asked her, okay, explain it. And she did. She did it so well, as like, even she remembered things from Aga Khan. She was like, even assignments. I'm just like, wow, okay, got it.
You're a good friend.
Thank you, Mom.
And a great leader. So keep going.
Thank you.
We're going like this. The
Amen.
only way is
We're going.
up.
It's only up.
It's only up. We gotta go. Just
yes.
keep going.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah, I love you so much.
Love you too, Mom.
And thank you for being an amazing person.
Thank you. Thank you for being an amazing mom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It gives you permission to be as well.
Oh, yes.
I love it.
Ooh, yes.
Pull out the potential.
Amen.
God bless you. Take care. I hope you love Tracy. I love her. I hope you've loved her. Feel them. Really support her. Put in the link. Say what you liked. Message. Give her comments and let's encourage each other. And I'm encouraging each and every one of you as a young person to really do your best and to be intentional, to be passionate, to be full of God's grace and glory for what it is that you want to do. Just do it. And do it afraid. Step out there. And like anyway, she just told you, the growth mindset, and I love the discomfort. That out of discomfort can come many things.